Hi everybody, welcome to day 5 of our summer camp. We're doing an over-the-top project every day for 5 days. Today is the 5th day and I'm so excited you're here joining me. If you're new, hi, I'm Joey and welcome to my Create with Joey page, or if you're watching on YouTube, welcome as well, watching the replay. I would love for you to comment and let me know you're here and say hello. And as you're watching the video, let me know. And plus, the more comments that you make, all the comments get entered into a prize drawing for tomorrow. And then for today, the prize drawing for today. And then the Camper of the Week prize goes out tomorrow. I'll be here live again at 12:30, not with a project, but just with announcing who is the Camper of the Week and what their prize is and what they're getting, as well as today's Prize Patrol winner. So make sure you join me. And if you haven't seen the rest of my videos, so on YouTube, they're under summer camp. So I have put them in a folder on YouTube. And on YouTube, my channel is actually my name, Joey Hartman, JoeyHartman, comma, Stampin' Up. You can put in Create with Joey because I also have that on my YouTube channel, but sometimes it doesn't come up. So I don't know why. It's just the way, things go. I'm going to go ahead and click a little toolbar here, and then I'll go upside down, and you'll be right side up for our projects today. It takes a little moment for me to get all the equipment going, so I'm on my iPad right here and pulling up. So I'm pulling down my page so it refreshes, and I'm sure that there we go, I'm caught up here. Okay, so that's good. And then again on my laptop here, I have to do the same thing because that's where I see your comments. So on my iPad here, I see what you're seeing, so I can make sure I stay in the picture. And on my laptop, that's where I see your comments. So now it looks like my laptop is behind, which is somewhat typical, even though I've had my internet company out here. I'm going to refresh again and see if it'll actually know it's starting the video over. Hi, Cheryl. So Cheryl's on, so at least it's getting shown. I'm going to move this here and see if my video's caught up. It's caught up on my iPad, not on my computer, so we're gonna hope that's gonna catch up. Jamie, hi Jamie. So, okay, so the comments are keeping up. The visual, I have my screen on my laptop is spinning. So I will keep trying to refresh that so I can see, make sure I'm seeing what you're seeing. I just don't think it's keeping up, but okay, we're gonna just go ahead and get going. I can see your comments. It looks like the comments are keeping up, even though the visual on my laptop isn't. So welcome to day 5 of our virtual summer camp. This week we've had 4 projects already. Today we've got the 5th one. And before we go into those, let's do Prize Patrol day number 4. And this is these rustic metallic adhesive back dots go to Jamie Sanders. Jamie, I think you're on watching. Excellent. So that's cool. Jamie, I need your address. You can either message me. Why don't you just message me? That's the easiest. Or you can put your address in the comments. But these are going to Jamie this week. All the Prize Patrol gifts will be going out by Monday. So I'll get those packaged up and then a thank you card and sent out by Monday. So here are our other 4 projects. So this was Monday's project. This is called a slider puzzle card. So that's what we made Monday. So if you miss any of these, you can go back. Again, it's probably easiest to find it on YouTube. Or you can go through my Facebook videos, and I have a mark titled at the top of each one what day it is for summer camp. This is a gift card holder we made out of the Expressions of Kindness. Well, let's just go ahead and open it. The Expressions of Kindness envelopes that come with the Expressions of Kindness all-inclusive kit. That was day 2. Day 3 was this card. Hi, Martha. Martha jumped on. Yes, just message me, Jamie. That's great. Hi, Vicki. This was Wednesday, right? Yes, this was Wednesday. This is, I don't remember what this called. A latch fun fold, I think is what we called it. That's what my friend Corinne called it, so when I saw her do it, so that's what I'm using. And yesterday we did I'm calling this Inside Surprise card. It doesn't really have a name. It was based on one of my friends' $1 million winners. Her name is Susan Camfield, and she made some cards kind of toned down a little bit from what Stampin' Up sent her on our on her $1 million win. Anyway, long story, making a long story longer than it needs to be. This is a new online exclusive called Sophisticated, is that right? Yeah, Sophisticated Sled. I always want to call it Vintage Sleigh. I said that yesterday. I don't know why. Okay, today, so what's the deal with all the summer camp ones? Well, one thing is I'm sending a PDF tutorial to all of my newsletter subscribers. Now, yesterday's project, I just did dimensions and everything that you needed for this card. I didn't write out specific instructions because I found it a little bit challenging with everything that's going on in this card. So you do need the video and you need the PDF, but again, that went out yesterday. Plus, my friends, I made a mistake. I just caught it this morning on the PDF for this. I had a measurement wrong. It was in the very first instruction, not this one. Hang on. Yeah, I think it was this one. So I corrected it and I'll be resending it out. I'll double check that, but one of the PDFs, I think it was this. I don't know, right now my mind is going a blank. So today we're making a new fun fold. This is called, okay, so let me finish that thought. These PDF tutorials are going out to my email subscribers every day, the day following the PDF. So this one that we're making today, not this one, yeah, this one that we're making today, that will go out tomorrow to all of my newsletter subscribers. So make sure you sign up. Let me go ahead and I'm looking for the link to subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, just click on the video description and I'll have it in the video description for you, as well as the ordering special. So this week's ordering special is if you use this host code, and this is through Sunday night, you'll get the project supplies for all 5 of the summer camp projects that we're making. Plus, if your order is $50 or more, you're going to get 5 of my handmade cards, and more with the more. If your order is $75, you get an extra 2 or 3, so probably 8. I don't remember what I put in my email. And then if you go, it's 100 or more. If it's 100, you're getting 10. If it's 150, you're getting 15. So I'm giving away my handmade cards. They'll come in your packets as a thank you. Hi, Christy. Christy jumped on. Hi, Donna. Okay, no problem. I'm happy you can watch the replay later. Did I miss anybody? I'm trying to see people when you come on. Martha, did I say hi? I think I did, hopefully. This is today's project. So this is called a double flap fun fold. That's at least where I saw it on the internet. So this goes like this and then like this. So this is the card, and then this is how you make the front part. So it's pretty fancy for me. This is a pretty fancy fun fold. So let's go ahead and make this card. Today I'm using Seaside Wishes. So Seaside Wishes is in the annual catalog. It is a bundle that comes with a stamp set and a 3D embossing folder. It's a hybrid embossing folder, meaning it embosses as well as will cut. I'm going to show you how that works just in case you haven't seen that before. But let me point out to you where it is in the catalog. If you don't have a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator, let me know and I'm happy to see that you get a catalog. So in the annual catalog on page 73, you're going to see the Seaside Wishes bundle. well, it's called Seaside, well, that's Seaside Wishes embossing folder, which you can just buy the embossing folder and it comes with the dies if you want to. It's $33. But if you want the whole bundle, including the stamp set, which I would recommend because these are lovely greetings and there's background stamps and our little sand dollars and starships. This is just really a sweet all-around type of a stamp set. So the bundle is up here. It's $163,498 and it's $47.50. Now, if you go up to $50, if you order just this and add something to get over $50, you'll also get a coupon, a $5 coupon for bonus days to spend in August. So that's Stampin' Up! Special. This is my special this week. I'm also using the Spotlight on Nature dies. This is a fabulous set of dies. This is all one set. It's not two different sets. And I used, I think, this one on the inside of our card. I've already die cut that, I think. Otherwise, we'll need to be getting that back out. So I always prep these a day or two before. So sometimes I don't remember exactly what all I prepped. So let's go ahead and have some fun with this stamp set. I think what we'll do for this one is let's build the base first. So you're going to cut your Misty Moonlight stamp or cardstock 5.5 by 4 1/4. So that's this piece, and it's just a single quarter piece of cardstock of our 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Then this piece is our petal pink card that's going to fit on here like this. Let's go ahead and use our bone folder and get that really nice and flat. And now my screen's gone dark, so I'm not seeing your comments at all yet. So if you're commenting, be patient, because every once in a while I can refresh it and it actually brings up the comments. So this is our petal pink card. This is, I want to make sure I get this right. This should be 5 1/4 by 8. Let's double check that. 5 1/4 by 8. Let's see if that's what it is. Yes, that's what it is, and it's scored at 4. So that's our basic card base. Now we're going to do some stamping on this, so let's just go ahead and do that first before we do anything else. I need a little piece of scrap paper here, I think, because I'm going to stamp on the front of this little card. Let's do that first. I'm looking at my sample, making sure I know what I'm doing here. So there's a little, I said there were several texture stamps in this stamp set, and I just really love using texture stamps. It just adds so much to your card. Just these little things just add a lot. So let me put this on my tray so it's not loud and rattling on my glass mat. Okay, so I'm just gonna do some background stamping with this. Now, it's not going to show up too much on the video. I'm going to mainly go around the edges because the center is going to be covered. And I'm kind of turning my stamp different directions. And this is petal pink ink on petal pink cardstock. So we're just going to go around the edge like so. And just kind of filling in the edges to give them a little texture so that they show like this. Can you see the little bit of texture on the side? So I like that. I think that makes it look interesting without detracting from the front of the card. So there's our texture stamping with the little dots. There are actually other texture stamps in this set too. They're like little stones, groups of stones, which is kind of nice too. All right, let's do the inside here. So on the inside, we have a piece of white cardstock. We better stamp that first before we start getting too excited. So this is going to be 3 3¾ by 5, I think. Let me check. Yes, 3 3/4 by 5, and let's do a little stamping on the inside. So this is obviously a thank you card. So we're going to stamp. The inside greeting is, "You absolutely made my day," which I think is such a nice way to say thank you. Well, I'm having so much rattling today. I don't know, this is bothering me today. I don't know, it didn't bother me yesterday, but today is bugging me. So we're gonna stamp our greeting and get that out of the way. And then let's just go maybe a third of the way down. By the way, my friend Liz, I haven't seen her jump on yet, although I've not seen the comments, so maybe she has jumped on. She's been every day. She's watched every day, at least a little bit. She reminded my Stampers group, my Create with Joey Stampers group, that if you want to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, at the top of my page, there's 3 little dots to the right. Let's see, we're going to do, well, we'll go ahead and do this guy. If you click on those 3 little dots, it gives you options of how often you want to see my posts come up. So if you choose always, then you'll never miss any time when I come on live, because it will also alert you to my live videos. So that's kind of an important thing to know, so that you don't miss any, because I've had several messages this week because people didn't want to miss any days of the camp. This is a little large starfish. There's 2 starfish stamps, a large one and a small one. And we're just going to kind of fill in like so. You know, I think I'll put a little more blue on this because the DSP we're going to use has blue on the back side. It's petal pink on the one side. Oops, better get this completely stamped. And then I'm going to actually stamp off. Whoops. There we go. And maybe 3 is enough, probably. Yeah. Actually, I don't know. It still doesn't look complete to me. Let's get our texture stamp back out and do a little, oh yeah, that's going to do it. There we go. Oh, I like that. That looks nice. Sometimes you just have to wing it. I didn't do that on my original, but I like it better on the inside. That, as I said, texture stamps just really add so much to your card. So that's going to go on the inside here. Let's just get our tape runner. And I was starting to say, I don't know if I finished my train of thought, but some of you have messaged me that you weren't seeing my live video even when you came to my page. So that can be part of the reason. The other reason would be to, if you get here early before I'm here, or if you've been on my page earlier in the day, let's go ahead. Nope, we don't want to do this yet. We have to put our special DSP on here first. You need to refresh your page. So there's that little circle where the URL is in the very top on your browser, and you click that circle. Or if you're watching on your phone, you know, you're going to just obviously click the circle as well. Can't think and talk. Okay. So that way you know that your page is refreshed and you are sure to be live. If I'm live, then I'll come up. And then you have to scroll down. Just make sure you scroll down on the page, because sometimes Facebook puts other stuff ahead of my live video. It's just what they do. All right, we have 2 pieces of 3x3 DSP. This is a country lace DSP, and they're 3x3. And this one I've already scored down from corner to corner, so this one I'm going to score down as well. We talked yesterday about our paper trimmers are so nice because they have a scoring blade that stays in. So I'm going to just go in the cutting track. Hopefully you can see that. The cutting track, and then I'll go this corner and at this side to get that in the cutting track. I try not to move it when my hand comes up. Now this is DSP, so I'm not going to score super hard. I might have scored too hard already. It's okay, but it was close. Hi Judy, thank you for sharing. That's so nice. When you share the video, you get some extra tickets in the drawing. Okay, so now what we have to do to this before we put it on the blue is this is where this is going to go. And actually, this is a Connie Stewart card that I saw online. If you watch Connie Stewart, you might have seen this. I think she did it a long time ago, but I saw it and I've never made it, so I thought it might be kind of fun. So let me see how I want to do this. This is going to go like this, and I have to think for a minute, make sure I don't do this wrong. hopefully I don't mess this up because I didn't do this on my sample. But she came in here and I'm going to line up. I'm looking at the lines here so I get it straight. Is that straight? Yeah. And she trimmed off some of this corner so it looks like this. I did not do that on my sample. You don't have to do it. But I remembered after I watched the video that she did it and I didn't do it. So I don't think it makes really any difference. So let's go ahead and we're going to line up this piece and this one. I'm going to put the adhesive. You don't want the adhesive here because that's the part that's going to open and close. And we're going to do it like so. Oops, sticking in my hand. Then we're going to get our card going right side up, and then we're going to take one of these and just put that score line right at the top of the card. Make sure you check it so you don't get it too low that it's going to close. And we're going to get this kind of centered right here. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now we're going to put this one at the bottom like this. Again, that score line is right there, so I'm going to line up the very bottom of my card with that score line and make sure I'm even from one side to the next, and then I'm going to close this before I press down to make sure it's going to close really easily, because this is what's going to happen to this part, right? See by our sample that this is the way this goes. So this is the part we're doing right now. Okay, now next, let's go ahead and decorate the front of this card. I have caught, let me find all my bits here. I'll just dump them out. There you go. Okay, so I have got, what did I put on this side? This smaller, I'm calling this an ocean element because I don't know what this is called. Does anybody know what this actually is? And then I'm going to take a circle that I've already die cut from, this is the one I showed you at the beginning of the video, the Spotlight on Nature. They've been in and out. They're really popular. I think they're in now. They were sold out for a while, but I did not double check that this morning, so I could be wrong, but it's worth a try. They're so nice. There's so many circles. You can find a size for anything that you need, and they're decorative, which is kind of nice. They all have a decorative edge. So this is part of our thank you note. We're going to put sometimes the simplest things mean the most. There we go. There we go. And that's Misty Moonlight ink. Go ahead and have that ready. Gosh, I can see on the video all my adhesive. I should have cleaned that ahead of time. It's been a big week of crafting, so I've either been making my samples or I've been showing them to you, so I haven't done as much cleaning as I usually do. Okay, we're going to put this flat because we've got a lot going on the front of our card. You certainly can raise it up if you want to, if you follow this pattern that I'm showing you today, this template. And we're just going to kind of center that maybe a little bit towards the top, not a lot. And then we have this. This is, I don't know if you can see this, but this is Petal Pink Shimmer paper. Let's see if I can. I'm not right in the center of the video, am I? So comes in a pack that's called 3-color glimmer paper, and there's Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and for this I'm just going to squeeze a mini glue dot because it's so tiny. The little detail places to put glue are very tiny, so you could use your liquid glue here or your fine tip glue pen. I tend to not, especially on video, because they take a few minutes to dry. Sometimes I do, but not always. So then we're just gonna stick this little ocean element. I looked at the description online, this one that Stampin' Up gives us, and it said starfish, sand dollars, and ocean elements. So if you know what that is, I'd be happy to call it what it really is. But then they said, and ocean elements. So I'm going with ocean elements. Okay, now we're taking our card and we could have done this step earlier. I'm just going to here so I can see a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead now, and since we've got our DSP on our project, we can go ahead and it's kind of centered, kind of not. I'm gonna move it, try and move it just a touch. Okay, we'll go with that. So now this is what we've got so far. Okay, let's go ahead and do the front of our card. So I'm not seeing the comments, but if you're telling me what my ocean elephant is, Diane, what a fun card, you'll try it, and you like the color combination. Vicki, thank you for sharing. Oh, you love the piece inside? I love it too. It's just that I think that's the surprise actually, when you lift up the flap, because then you've revealed the card. So, but I think that's a surprise. This is the same pack of paper, the country lace paper is called, and we're putting this just on a little bit wider white border. This piece of DSP is, I have to get out my tutorial. If you came in late, this tutorial is going to my email subscribers tomorrow, so just make sure you subscribe by then. So this piece of designer series paper is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then the basic white mat is just a little bit bigger. Okay, let's go ahead. We have a little more, we have some stamping to do before we put the rest of this together. So, and I also wanted to show you how the embossing folder works, the hybrid embossing folder, if you haven't seen that before. So let's stamp. I have to grab some scrap paper. We need, for the front of our card, we need that, see, petal pink starfish. And I think we need a small blue one, just like we did on the inside of our card. Just some little specks there. I don't want specks on my basic white paper. All right, let's take petal pink and let's put this cute starfish. And then I think petal pink and Misty Moonlight are really pretty together. I was trying to do the Seaside Wishes card the other day. I shared that yesterday. I didn't share what I made, but I was sharing that. I was trying to make it and it just wasn't coming together. And I think it was because I was trying to pair it with basic beige, and the reason I was pairing those together is because that's what the paper has: petal pink, Misty Moonlight, and basic beige. And I was thinking this should look like, here's the spare little seaweed. I was trying to think beachy, so I was thinking the basic beige is beachier. And we have to get out my my dies. And let me get the die cutting machine. Put this in like so. Hopefully I'm where you can see part of it. I know it's pretty close to the camera. Let's go ahead and get this going. But for some reason, I just wasn't happy with the basic beige and the Misty Moonlight. I do think they're pretty together, but it just wasn't coming together for me. All right, now I'm gonna try, see if I got that lined up right away. Sometimes you have to spin a little bit, spin your die a little bit to find where it really fits the best. And now I'll grab this is just Post-it tape from Amazon. It's called Labeling and Cover-Up Tape. If you haven't watched me before, you might not know what that is. And I tape down my dies just so sometimes when you're running it through, that does not match. Let me look at this for a second. We might have to be spinning this one. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. This might be it. There we go. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Good job, Joe. All right, let's go ahead and get this on. because the arms of the starfish are obviously not all going to be exactly the same. So it does take a moment sometimes to match up those dies, but that's normal. I'm just going to run it through. And I think that is all we have to do with this. But I do want to show you how the embossing folder works. We'll just set that aside for a moment. And then what I'm going to do for the embossing folder, it's a 3D embossing folder, so I'm taking off all my plates. All I have is my bottom one. And then, let's set that aside for a minute. Then this die, you're going to put this on the side of the label where the Stampin' Up! Label is. So, and you're just going to set it with the cutting edge up because that's what's going to cut your paper. And then you're just going to match this up. Okay? And it kind of, whoops. And it kind of clicks in. In fact, it does click in. So I'm kind of pushing it and it's not moving. Then you're going to put your cardstock on like this. Okay? And then you're going to run it through with a folded side in first. Run it through your die cutting machine with the gray plate on top. So this is how it goes. And then you send this through. Now I've already done that, so I'm not going to take the time to do it. But when you pull it out, it gives you, I forgot more, all these beautiful sand dollars. So that's, I already did it, just exact, you know, as I said, just to save a little time. Let's get out our starfish here. How's everybody doing today? We are having a really nice day. In fact, it's actually kind of cool here this morning. I actually have a little lightweight jacket on in my stamp studio. My studio is downstairs in our home, and it's a walkout basement, so it's almost always very close to the same temperature as the rest of the house. But it was kind of cool this morning, which is a miracle this time of July. It's like, it's amazing. Okay, let's go ahead, and I think we've got everything ready. We're just going to stamp our greeting. We do need to do that. Let's get our card back out here and everything back out. This whole, now this can't talk. This label comes from a new set called Season's Greetings, or Greetings of the Season. I think it's Greeting of the Season. And it's a new online exclusive, so you won't find it in the catalog. We're going to stamp Your Friendship is the Best Gift. Like, I think I need to re-ink my Misty Moonlight. Anyway, it's very cool here. When I walked this morning, I wore a t-shirt instead of a tank top, which I usually wear. And it was breezy, and it's overcast today. Oh, I hope we don't go back. We had such high temperatures, you know, 100 or over for a day or two. That is not my favorite kind of weather. Okay, let's go ahead and get this going. No, let's do this first. Let's back up. Let's put that aside. I'm going to take the medium sand dollar. Actually, I think I'm not going to use the largest and the small, but I'll put those in an empty stamp case and keep them for another project. And I am going to let's just go ahead and use a tape runner on this, or Stampin' Seal. And oops, I didn't put it on the whole thing because it's going to kind of hang off our little panel here on the front. Then my directions say to put on the starfish, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to, let's see, and I want this starfish to kind of, he's going to kind of go, let's see, maybe like that. So I'm going to just kind of be careful where I'm putting my mini dimensionals, because I might not pop up the whole starfish because it's going to kind of go over the, I guess I can because I didn't pop up my sand dollar, so this will work okay. I don't like to put dimensionals on top of another dimensional. It just makes it bulky to mail. So I try to be careful with that. And then just remove all the backings. And then you're ready to just kind of stick this guy right here on your sand dollar. Kind of off like that. And then our blue one, we're kind of going to do a similar thing. Actually, before we put the blue one on, let's do our ocean element. I have another ocean element in the petal pink glimmer. It's the bigger one. You can see that they have two sizes in the stamp set, so the bigger one and the smaller one. I'm using the bigger one in the petal pink glimmer and the smaller one in white. So let's go ahead and get those down. Now I'm going to go back to mini glue dots for these. Oops, I have a dimensional stuck to my finger. That's not going to work. You were probably telling me that in the comments, and I didn't see it. Okay, let's go ahead and get some mini glue dots on this. I thought of this as a sponge, a sea sponge, but it isn't really a sea sponge as such either. Oh, 88 and cloudy. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, the sand dollars. I think people have a lot of people have a special thing for sand dollars. First of all, they're so fun to find in the sand. So it's kind of like, wow, I found a sand dollar. Kind of like to see a shooting star. Kind of that same idea. Let's get at least 3 of these on here. So Martha, 88 and partly cloudy. Wow, that's fairly high temperature. We're cooler here. So I'm kind of surprised because usually we have similar weather. Martha lives in Colorado. I live in Nebraska. I might not have shared that. Okay, so we're gonna get this guy kind of maybe up here. I'm looking at my sample. And then actually I'm gonna put this on now so I can kind of see how things are going together. So now I have to be careful here. We only want enough glue down here to hold the top part of this. So I'm going to put my adhesive. I'm just going to make a triangle of my adhesive right here. And that should, I can probably put it just a teeny bit higher. Because this is how people are going to open your card. So we're going to put this on here and just center it like so. Oh, you know what? I don't want that inside sand ocean element to show, so we're going to move that. So maybe you put this ocean element, I'm just going to gently peel it. You can do that if you've used mini glue dots. If you stuck it down with Tombow, you might not be able to move it. And on this particular one, let's just put it up here. I think that's going to, nope, it still shows. Let's go, well, let's go down here, but let's go almost. There we go. That'll work. So it's not directly down the middle, but it's not too far out to the side. If you're trying to make this card as well, then you'll just have to be careful with that. I think it'll be easier for me to figure out where things go. If I hold my greeting up here, this is kind of gonna go like this, and this guy's gonna go off a little. Okay, I got it. All right, let's go back to the mini glue dots. I think we're not supposed to get too much above the 80s, actually, all the rest of the weekend, and maybe even into next week, I think my husband told me. So we'll go ahead and, again, I'm just scrunching these up and just squishing them between my fingers. You could use, if you wanted these to become a whole sticker, you could use, let me see how this is gonna go. You could use adhesive back sheets, and then you can make the whole thing a sticker. I like it to have life and be able to lift up, so I usually don't use that very much. Sometimes I do, kind of depends on the card. But you could, if you want things to be really stuck down, we all prefer to do crafting a little bit differently. So then you would want to use your adhesive back sheets. They're in the annual catalog, or you can search for them online too. So I think I missed this one. Yesterday we did winter, and today we're doing summer. But you know, Stampin' Up! Put out some Christmas sets and some Halloween, several Halloween, at least 2 sets, stamp sets and bundles for the last online exclusive release, which was just the beginning of the month. All right, now we're ready for this guy. And I am going to go back to my mini dimensionals for this guy. So, you know, we are towards the middle of July, or past the middle of July. So I'm going to kind of tuck this guy in over there, like so. Okay? All right, so we're almost done with this. It looks pretty good. Then I have another little thing to show you for the elements today, for the embellishments. We're going to do something that I haven't done before with that. Let me grab my ribbon. For the ribbon today, I'm using the Petal Pink ribbon in this bundle. So this comes with white. I could use white, but I'm going to use the Petal Pink. Do I have an extra one? I don't have an extra one, but that's a lot of ribbon for that bow, so I don't think I'm going to use it. This is in the annual catalog. It's called Petal Pink and White Diagonal Trim Combo Pack. And sometimes you have to get the exact, if you don't start your search with the exact right word, sometimes it doesn't come up. So you just want to, I would just put in Petal Pink and White, and I think it'll come up. Because who's going to remember diagonal trim? I'm not going to remember that. I'm just going to think ribbon. So sometimes less is more when you're putting words in the search box. Have you noticed that? So sometimes take out a word or two. Okay, so here we go. I think I did my bow like that. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to take our mini glue dots again. Now we're going to use these whole, and I'm just going to take my bow and I'm going to stick one on. And since this ribbon is a little bit bulky, I'm going to do it one right next to it. And then let's see, let's put, I don't want my bow to cover up my greeting, so I'm going to kind of just fit it on here. Whoops, it's going through to the other side. Well, that's probably not a good idea, but it'll be okay. If that happens and you don't want to be sticky, so I mean it's obviously sticking to my label, just grab your embossing buddy and you can just pat it on that sticky place like so, and then it's not sticky anymore. That's kind of a helpful hint for today's stamping. Now the other thing I wanted to show you we're going to do, so these are the new pecan pie and clear, I think they're called ribboned, yes, pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots. What a name for this. So I'm taking my Misty Moonlight. I wanted blue gems for this, so we're going to take our Misty Moonlight blends marker, and I have 2 colored already, so let's just color. I did the clear ones, so let's just color, and they colored really well. So remember, your clear gems, you can sometimes color and get a new color. Your rhinestones, you can always do that. Your pearls, you can always do that. And then this, I hadn't tried it with these before, but it works well. I'm going to take my old piercing tool for this, and I'm going to actually start with the ones I already colored. I just want to make sure they're dry. And let's go up maybe here, and let's take one of these bigger ones here. And then let's go one here on our sand dollar, and maybe one on our tag right here. And let's use one more. Usually you do groups of 3 or 5 I try to do on my cards. And this one maybe, let's see, maybe over here. Kind of scatter your gems around like so. And there we have our last project for our summer camp. This has been such a fun week. I'm so happy you've joined me. If you've been able to join me every day, that's even better. So here's our double flap fun fold, it's called. So this would be a really special card to send to somebody who did something nice for you, or it's just one of your good friends and they always are looking out for you and helping you when you need help, etc. Okay, so there it is. There is our, I always have to think, how do you say this? Double flap fun fold. So let me see what you're saying in the comments. I'm going to pull it up. Oh, Kathy, you like it? Thank you for all the hearts, you guys. Great places to decorate. Thank you, Martha. Jamie, you love the card. I'm so glad you guys like it. All right, let me show you something. If I can find it here, hang on. I know I have it. I had something. You asked about it yesterday, some of you. Oh my gosh, did I move it? Oh no, I didn't. So here's where I started a day or two ago. I'm going to dump this out and then I'll pick it up, but this is the card that just wouldn't come together. Look at all the times I cut different colors. I did, now I stuck these pink ones in yesterday, but before I didn't have those. I had all of this and I was trying to work with, you know, beachy colors, the beige. I had some pecan pie in here, and anyway, it did not come together. So sometimes that happens, but I've kept everything because I will make a card. I just have to go back to it and give it a second look. But that's where I started to come up with this. Okay, there's day 5. Here's day 4. Here's day 3. I don't know if I'm in the screen. Oh, my screen's spinning again. I gotta call those guys. You especially like this fun fold. Me too, Christy. I honestly, I'm sure I have never made it my whole stamping career of 20 years. It just was one I hadn't done. I thought it was more complicated than it is. I think maybe that's why. I don't really know. But here's all of our cards for this week. And my screen is frozen, but I can see your comments. It's just the photo. Vicki, you've had a fun week. Thank you. Cheryl, you're welcome. Kathy Vaverka, you're here today. That's really nice that you could watch live. I know you can't always watch live. So remember, here's the host code. If you want the supplies for all 5 of these projects, just make sure you use this host code. And then you'll get the supplies for all 5 projects. I would love for you to get them and see what you can make out of these. I know you might not have all the exact stamp sets I use, but that's okay. You can use what you have and create what you have at home. You'll have all the cut supplies. Anything that's embossed, I'll do that for you and ahead of time. So if your order is $50 or more, then you'll get these supply cards plus 5 of my handmade cards. And with every $25 more you spend than that, you'll get even more of my handmade cards. I will also send you an email that has all 5 PDFs right in one email, and I'll also give you the link, the 5 links to my 5 videos. So it makes it more easier for you to find everything that we did for summer camp. So this is the first time I've done summer camp. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a fall camp. It kept me very busy this week, but I'm always busy with my stamping stuff anyway. But it was a bit, you know, to have over-the-top projects every day, but I'm happy to do it and happy to bring them to you as long as you enjoy it and you have fun watching, and maybe you'll get some inspiration for something that you're going to make. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your hearts. And thank you just for being here with me. Even if you're watching replay, thanks again, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. I'll see you next Wednesday. We're going to do our sketched butterflies class to go and the craft along. Some of you have ordered it ahead of time, so you'll have all of the supplies to make the cards with me next week, but it's for everybody again next week. My Facebook Lives are always for everybody to get ideas and to join in on the fun. All right, take care. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, 12:30. Bye-bye.